But this container matter, I beg to differ from my brother.
Okay.
Whenever the container, the missing containers issue come up, then NDC raises questions of procurement.
Yeah.
Forget about procurement. Whether this thing is for me and I am eating it or not, does not mean somebody should steal it. It's not for you. It's still not for you. Even if I am not eating it, it belongs to ECG.
Yeah.
So nobody has the right to steal it. But in this case, in this instance, our brother Jinapor has hoodwinked the president twice.
Tell me why.
Before his appointment, he told us that we have some 5 hours or some. He gave us some gloomy picture. Everybody started running helter-skelter, including His Excellency the President. He immediately commissioned the Chief of Staff to have a meeting. We realized that, I didn't believe it. I think we were on a show here or in one of your and I didn't believe him. But he managed to twist the arm of the president to issue his appointment letter immediately. I think that was the aim. And then the Chief of Staff was giving so much headache when there was nothing like that. Then number 2, ECG, the number of containers, don't forget, I have all the letters here. The number of containers originally that he came to tell us that he found in the handing over notes was 3,000.
Yes. At the transition period.
Then he went and came back and said that he went to the port. And you remember we had an issue over this. I was telling you that the minister cannot tell me. Your defense was that he went to the port and somebody briefed him. But the actual thing that happened was that he said he was handing over notes of 3,000. He didn't believe it. So he went for fact-finding.
Yes.
He went on a fact-finding mission. How do you tell me I am minister and I went to the port to go and see for myself because I didn't believe the 3,000 number they gave me, and then I went to the port and somebody went to give me some briefing and I got back? You move the whole ministry, senior members of the ministry, move everybody, V8, state my tax, bought fuel into them, only for you to go and sit down for somebody to brief you. If you wanted briefing, why didn't you do it on phone or invite them to your office or 1 or 2 people and they brief you? So the minister had not been straightforward on this container matter.
Are you suggesting that his decision to go to the grounds and see things for himself?
No, that was the right thing to do.
Okay.
I gave you an example the last time that when Napo came, Napo received handing over notes from Her Excellency now, the Vice President, then Minister for Education. That said they had completed 50 e-blocks. After verification, we realized that only 29 were verified. By then, Napo had taken the handing over notes to Parliament and had gone to speak that they have completed 50. He got to the ground. So when he said he was going to verify, for somebody like me, he was doing the right thing. And if I am the minister, I will do the same. So the point I am trying to make is that if I went on if you went on a fact-finding mission, then you came to meet me because I was nicely dressed, so you would let me just tell you anything and you walk away. I don't believe that is what he should have done. But that was the explanation that they were bringing. And look, he didn't come to just come and sit maybe somewhere or granted some interview and say, he went on the floor of Parliament.
It was on the floor.
The House of Records, where the record you are taking there is supposed to be sacrosanct. And he went and made that statement. Then a short while later, you came back and said, no. The facts you have gone to check is 1,300. Please, reference the tape, the interview Dubik had on this matter. I don't know, I've forgotten where he had the interview.
Okay.
Dubik said he doesn't believe these containers have left the port. And they will be somewhere in the port. So whoever said he went to do the investigation didn't do it well.
Okay.
You know, Gapoha is managing the port.
Yes.
MPS is managing the port.
That's it. You know, I asked, before you talk about the people who are managing the port, you know, I asked earlier about who were the people who were interviewed or interrogated or were questioned over the missing containers, because I just thought that if we had some more information as to what the committee had actually found, it will enrich the discourse. So, you know, and is a very powerful woman. She's intercepted this document.
She's been able to pull
and
the
so these are the persons that have been interviewed. And it says the following is a list of all the people interviewed at the various stages during the execution of these investigations. And so you have Kwame Kwepeda, who's the acting managing director, Mr. David Asamoah, who's the Deputy Managing Director. There's Mr. Samuel Tego, Director Procurement Premises and Estates. And then there's Yalfrim Pong, who's the Director Materials and Transport. There's Jacqueline Oforiata, Director of Engineering. Mr. Ben Dankwa, who's the Director Legal. Mr. Moses Oakley, who's the former Acting Director Finance. And then there's Mr. Berlin. No, sorry, that's Mr. Okay, I've talked about Oakley. There's also Dr. Belinda Yabua Dramena, who's the Director at Customer Service. There's Charles Obing, Project Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation. There's Eric Ansa Entry, Director Audit Services. Engineer Abing Owusu Efriye, who is a Director Energy Consulting and Renewable Energy. And there's also Eunice Nana Kwampa, who is a General Manager Inventory Management. There's Mr. Stephen Aite Mensah. Is Aite? Hello, Aite. You know here. Aite.
Whichever way you call it.
Aite. Hello, Aite Mensah. He's the General Manager Goods Procurement. Yes, it is his department which has been measured the housing and estate unit. And there's also Mr. William Fianco Asari, Manager Planning and Inventory Control. Mr. Emmanuel Anom Osafo, who's the Acting Manager Shipping. There's Mr. Joseph Okan, Manager Workshop. Mr. Ransford Odro, Manager Transport. Those are 18. And is that all? Okay, there's 19. Mr. Edwin Ahiable, who's the Manager Traffic. Mr. Ebenezer Ado, Manager Foreign Goods Procurement. Mr. Raymond Afari Sam, Manager Local Goods Procurement. Mr. George Kwe, Manager Materials and Transports. Now, with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, these were the people who were also interviewed. Now, Ms. Sandra Poku, Director, Ports. Mr. Seth Kofi Ansan Hagan, Manager, Operations. Now, with the Mint Logistics Limited, that's a private company. It said Ms. Rita Intri, who's the Chief Executive Officer. I'm sure it's a freight forwarding company. I believe so. I think so. And there's also Ms. Rita Intri, who's so there's also Mr. Humphrey Homadzi, who's in charge of operations. There's Alhaji Audi Isaka, who is the liaison officer. There's Nana Kweku Abuaje, consultant, Mint Logistics Limited. Now for the Dowart Bond Limited, you have Bernard N. Obuache, who's the Chief Executive Officer, and also Edward Osei, in charge of operations. Annie, are we done? Okay, good. So this is what we have so far. So ask them when we get some more information.
Yeah, so
but it tells you how extensive.
Yeah, you could see that they have even interviewed the bond and,
yes.
and the logistics could, I'm suspecting, could be people who are clearing agents.
Oh, clearing agents, okay.
That's
or we can kind of freight forwarding companies.
Yes, they might be
that's
freight
fine.
forwarding. But I was on this matter that
yes.
The GPHA runs part of the port.
Yes.
Then the MPS runs part of the port.
True.
Right?
True.
And other places. Where did the minister go before he brought us that alarm?
Okay.
Who did he speak to? Because all these other, and then there are even private operators within the harbor.
Yeah.
Where did he go? So is he telling us that he wasted the whole day, went to walk around and did no work?
I'm not.
So the point here is, and after, you see, I became interested when Dubik granted that interview.
Okay.
Dubik said he doesn't believe that the containers have left the port. But they gave us the impression that they found some of these containers outside. In fact, there were rumors, and anytime you meet the NDC guys, they shall go and arrest Afenyomaki. He was board chairman. And you remember, I asked this question on your show, that if I bring my car to the harbor, I couldn't clear my car. So you confiscated the car. Now I have brought the money. And the car is not there. You say I should go and ask my father. It doesn't make sense. So all the things that the minister was sending to us were not adding up. Especially when the people said, we left 3,000 containers. You don't believe there are 3,000 containers. You sent fact-finding mission. And then when they come back, you come and tell us that the private contractors who are involved, you didn't ask them anything. In fact, the importers of these materials, you didn't ask them anything. Gapoha, whatever, then you raise an alarm. Now the containers they have found, total number of containers found now is 2,000.
2637.
Yes, I think so.
2637.
I picked the numbers. So let me. The total number discovered now is, in fact, what they are holding is 2583.
Okay.
2583. So if the containers went to different parts and they were moved, maybe because, when you bring your goods and you are not able to clear and demurrage starts, they move it to a different place to create space for more goods to come. Why didn't he do all this work before he comes to raise the alarm?
Okay.
Mainly because he is prejudiced. Somebody told you there are 3,000 containers. You didn't find out. You went to find out, you brought a different. He's prejudiced. The mindset is what is bringing us.
Are you
here.
suggesting
if you remember,
Jinapor spoke too soon?
Not
but that's why. But that's
soon.
why
He
he
came
said,
with a mindset. That,
What's that mindset?
The mindset is that, there are some people that they have mismanaged the country and they have stolen from the country and we must bring Gora to get them arrested. I am telling you what you people, your mindset is.
What does the mean of that?
So because of that, I am seeing this bottle. I'm saying because I believe that Moro will steal this bottle. I'm asking Moro, where is the bottle? The bottle is on the table. Dubik said, the things are in the harbor. I'm telling you, you can play that interview. He said they are in the harbor. He believes. But I asked you once, I don't believe a whole container, not one, not two, not 100, thousands of containers will drive out of the harbor and nobody will know. You remember the cartoons of containers flying and all that I saw in newspapers and all that.
But here's the thing. If the transition report that was handed over to the sector minister says we have 3,000 uncleared containers at the port, and now based on
according to Jinapor, we haven't seen the report. He himself
you mean the transition report?
Yes, I haven't seen it.
I doubt he would lie about the transition report.
No, what I'm saying is I want us to put it in perspective.
Okay, he said. Okay.
That's according to him because of the conversation we are having.
Right, that's fine. That's fine. So if John Jinapor tells us that 3,000 containers was what was contained in the report, okay, that he received from the transition team, and now, of course, like you said, he followed up, went to the port. Yes, it's a legitimate question we're asking. Where exactly did he go and who did he speak to?
Of course.
Right? And why did he decide to play back what the person had informed him, which was that it was only 2,000, it's all above 2,400, I think 2,437 or so. Right? Why did he decide to go public with that number? It's also a legitimate question. But here's the thing. Out of 3,000 containers that were said to have been contained in the transition report, we now have 2,637. It means there's still some more containers
to be looked for.
To be looked for. Anyway, so that's for me is a rhetorical question.
It's not rhetorical.
I'll just take 30 seconds of your time.